A lot of cricket improvements come about because of hunches, but hunches are a double-edged sword. Here's how you can check to see if your hunches are right. Hunches are a little bit like a piece of magic for a coach. You can say one little thing and you can make a change to a player very quickly. And players love it. They see it as some kind of powerful tool that the coach has access to, the magic of coaching, if you like, the art of it. And hunches are brilliant. The more coaching that you do, the more playing that you do, the more you instinctively recognise that sometimes things don't look right, they don't feel right, and you can't exactly put your finger on why. And you think about it a little bit more and you realise some things you can do to help with that hunch, some work you can do to help with that hunch. But hunches aren't always right. We only really remember a certain percentage of what we see at a net session, and it's usually biased towards some of the more emotional stuff or some of the more specific stuff, or something towards the end of a session when it's more fresh in our mind. And that's where stats come in. That's where you can use stats to back up a hunch, or to have a hunch proved wrong, as was the case with this young spinner I was working with at a recent session. In this session, the bowler was working on his accuracy, and one of the things he was complaining about was that he was bowling a bit short. He was getting feedback from batsmen that the ball was short, in that he was getting pulled and cut quite a lot. So I mentioned to him that perhaps he's bowling a little bit too slow, and because he's bowling a little bit too slow, he's not getting the ball up to the other end as quickly as possible. He gave it a go, and he felt like that he was making an improvement. I think possibly because the first time that he tried to bowl a little bit quicker, he hit the ball on the length. So what we did was we carried on with the session, we carried on trying to bowl a little bit quicker, we carried on varying our paces around, and then we took a look at the stats. Now in this case, we looked at it after the session. It was a lot more sensible to go through the data a little bit more slowly than to try and do it live, although you could have done it live quite easily. And we used PitchVision to look at all the balls that he bowled a little bit quicker, and then look at all the balls he bowled that were a little bit slower. And we came up with an analysis that showed that actually it didn't make much of a difference the pace that he bowled. Whatever pace he bowled, whether it was natural, slightly slower pace, or his slightly quicker ball, or his much quicker ball, the accuracy remained roughly the same throughout the entire session. So even though initially it looked like it made a difference, in this case the hunch didn't work. And that's the real power of using stats to back up your hunches. Sometimes your hunches are right, often your hunches are wrong, but whichever way you go, you know you've eliminated one reason that is causing the problem, and you can move on to something else over a number of sessions. You can work on different things and you can find out exactly what the problem. A lot of improving is trial and error in cricket. It's not you see a problem, you fix a problem, you move on to the next problem. A lot of problem solving, a lot of technical improvements in any area are all down to trial and error rather than doing things as a one-off fix. And that's where PitchVision can come in to help you eliminate the bad and turn the good into super strengths.